Well, certainly quite a very important day for South Africa and Kenya. As you know, that the two countries really work together in so many sectors. So this time around, it's the turn of the human settlement. Very important sector in terms of the affordability of the houses, but also looking at the entire ecosystem within the sector. And the Minister joins us now. Minister Kubayi, thank you so much indeed. Quite a watershed moment for South Africa and Kenya as you're hosting the Cabinet Secretary. Maybe just tell us about the importance of today in terms of these two countries geographically apart, but human settlement as a common area.
No, thank you very much. It is quite important for us as South Africa to be hosting Cabinet Secretary Honorable Alice Wahome, who is here with a delegation following the state visit by President Ramaphosa to Kenya. You'd remember when they met with President Ruto, one of the areas that they've highlighted as critical for implementation was around the issue of housing, especially affordable housing. So this, following our signing of MOU between the two countries, is also as part of practical implementation of our MOU, looking at cases where we're showcasing what we are doing. When I was in Kenya in July, I visited some of their projects. They showcase what they are doing and how they utilize it. You remember I shared even with SABC at that time, Sophie when I was with me, that we shared that they are utilizing in M-Pesa. They are informal traders who are able to participate even in terms of being able to afford a house or a shelter. And today we are showcasing as South Africa, showing them this project, and tomorrow we'll be showcasing some of another project in Johannesburg, and also having a forum where we exchange. There will be technical meeting between our two technical teams to share from legislation, policy, regulatory environment, but also what are the areas that we could be able to enhance as supporting our business communities from both countries.
And Minister, obviously, I mean, quite a number of commonalities. You look at South Africa and Kenya. When it comes to the eradication of informal settlements, what can the two countries learn in terms of, some areas of excellence, perhaps in terms of, accelerating the eradication of the slums?
No, definitely. You'd remember South Africa championed the Global Action Plan at the UN Habitat as part of the eradication of informal settlements and slum dwelling. That work will continue. We have vowed as South Africa to be the champion of that Global Action Plan because we do believe that we have our own fair share of informal settlements that are growing every year. While we celebrate the reduction from 2011 to 2022 of about 50% of the informality, but majority of our people still live in informal settlements. And it's the same when we look at others. That's why we were saying, what is it that we have learned from Kenya, from our side as South Africa? That's what I talked about. The informal traders, for example, who would ordinarily be in the informality and therefore being able to have affordable housing. So the issue between ourselves as South Africa and Kenya is the issue of stock. So we all have to rush to build more.
Maybe just to bring you as well, ma'am, obviously all the way from Nairobi, rapid urbanization, major concern for a number of countries in sub-Saharan Africa. I mean, it's a global phenomenon. You're here in South Africa. What can we learn from Nairobi?
Yeah, thank you very much, SABC. I want to first thank my sister Kubayi, Minister Kubayi, for inviting me and my team to come and share experience and see what they have. Her invitation was followed by an area memorandum of understanding signed by the Ministry of Human Settlement and Ministry of Lands, Public Works, Housing and Urban Development in Kenya that I had as the Cabinet Secretary. And therefore, coming here, particularly this site, South Africa and Kenya are being faced by similar challenges of housing the urban poor and even the rural poor. I would use that word sparingly, but I know that the low-income South Africans and the Kenyans would require, like any one of us, to live in a decent home with the necessary facilities. Like you have seen here, we have entered 2 homes, and the people are sharing their experience. They are very happy, and therefore to look at, see what you are doing, materials that you are using, the space that we are allocating to each individual, and for how much is a lot to learn from South Africa. And therefore, because we have a memorandum of understanding, we are here to look and see how we can implement, and getting lessons that have been learned, so that should we have entered into a mistake or experience a challenge, then learning from South Africa, then we do not have to get into the similar challenges.